In recent times, the music industry has witnessed a surge of artists utilizing their platforms to address societal and political issues. One such artist making waves is Oliver Anthony, whose thought-provoking song Richmond, North of Richmond has captivated a wide audience and sparked conversations across the political spectrum. Nonetheless, the song's political interpretation has given rise to a whirlwind of controversies, leading Anthony to clarify his stance. Richmond, North of Richmond has become an online sensation, propelling Oliver Anthony into the spotlight. This soul-stirring anthem has soared to the top of the charts in the US, garnering well-deserved attention for the talented artist. However, along with fame comes scrutiny, and it appears that not all of Hollywood's elite are among his ardent admirers. In anticipation of this, Anthony fearlessly affirmed that the outnumbered top elites were the target of his powerful performance of the iconic song. Essentially, his protest song has fulfilled its purpose, shaking things up and continuing to resonate with influential figures. Richmond went viral thanks to conservative figures and influencers who amplified its message across social media platforms. It even received a mention during the initial GOP presidential primary debate. Moderator Martha Malum questioned Florida Governor Ron DeSantis on why he thought the song struck a chord with the nation. Interestingly, Anthony was not pleased by the song's inclusion in the presidential debate, as his true intention was to admonish the very individuals being debated. The singer has been thrust into the spotlight, rubbing shoulders with Joe Rogan, the popular conservative host. Many fans see Joe as a shield against the powerful figures in Hollywood. But can Anthony truly find safety in the dark corners of the industry? Stay tuned to discover more after the unprecedented success of Anthony's Richmond, which has claimed the top spot for 2 weeks on Billboard's Hot 100 Songs chart. This achievement has made history, as Anthony is the first artist to debut at #1 without any prior appearances on the list. The song's success has also boosted his other tracks, such as Ain't Got a Dollar and 90-Some Chevy, on streaming services. Despite early support from conservatives, Anthony recently addressed politicians in a YouTube video, criticizing both Democrats and Republicans. He pointed out that these politicians, from both sides, are the very figures he condemns in his song. Anthony clarified his political stance, claiming to be in the middle, and asserted that Richmond was not meant to align with any political party. Instead, it aimed to voice frustration with a system in America that fails to adequately support its people. In a captivating episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, Joe Rogan and guest Oliver Anthony delved into the intriguing world of the so-called elites. Rogan, known for his straightforward interviewing style, led the conversation into the complexities of power, influence, and the workings of the elite class. To set the stage for a deep dive into the concept of elites, Rogan acknowledged the widespread speculation and conspiracy theories that often surround this term. Oliver Anthony, an expert at calling out top elites, brought a fresh perspective to the conversation, sharing insights into historical contexts and current events that have shaped perceptions of the elite. Some of Anthony's comments on Joe Rogan's podcast have caused quite a stir as well. Variety magazine, for example, criticized the interview as strange. They mentioned that Anthony expressed concerns about adult content and prescription drugs. However, it should be noted that Anthony's view on adult content was that it can have negative effects on people. He said, "I think people go down these rabbit holes and they start off with the video with the milkman, and by the end of it, it's like, where did I end? I don't know, people have to keep, it's almost like a drug." When it comes to addressing life's challenges, such as anxiety or diabetes, he holds a peculiar belief regarding legal substances. He suggests that there might exist alternatives to pharmaceutical medications. "You could change the way you live," he humbly suggested. It's fascinating how the socially aware individuals are genuinely taken aback by Anthony's stance against excessive welfare, self-indulgence, overeating, and the overuse of pills to remedy every emotional or lifestyle issue. This disparity highlights the significant disconnect they have. They might be fine with the working class engaging in activities they might not find as enjoyable. Anthony points fingers at the top elites, and unsurprisingly, they are likely to try and silence anyone who exposes their strategies. However, Anthony also commented on Trump, acknowledging that people are drawn to him because of his unfiltered nature, and stark contrast to other elites. It's not a coincidence that Trump actually appreciates Oliver Anthony as well. An online video even shows the former president vibing to Anthony's song, Richmond, North of Richmond. After the episode concluded, it sparked a fresh wave of interest in the enigmatic world of elites and offered a deeper understanding of the forces that shape our societies. Joe Rogan and Oliver Anthony truly exemplified the power of open dialogue, inspiring listeners to further explore the intricacies of the system that guides our lives. Here comes the twist. When Rolling Stone published an article stating that Oliver had been signed by United Talent Agency, it caused quite a stir. However, it turned out to be a false alarm, as such a move would contradict everything Oliver Anthony stands for. Associating with the very individuals he opposes? Not a good look. Nevertheless, UTA's co-head of Nashville, Jeffrey Hassan, and music agent Kurt Motley expressed their honor to represent an artist of such authenticity. They eagerly discussed devising a global strategy to introduce Oliver Anthony and his music to the world. It's worth noting that the singer has made it clear in the past that he has no intention of rushing into any record deal. People in the music industry give me blank stares when I brush off $8 million offers. In a message posted to his Facebook account on Thursday morning, he expressed his thoughts using a 730-word composition. I don't want 6 tour buses, 15 tractor trailers, and a jet. I don't want to play stadium shows. I don't want to be in the spotlight. However, the news company didn't stop at that. They published another article criticizing Oliver for his disdain towards high taxes and people on welfare who are obese, and even making indirect references to Jeffrey Epstein. The article claimed that Anthony strongly opposes high taxes and the depreciation of the dollar, while also delving into some talking points reminiscent of the Reagan era regarding welfare. Furthermore, they quoted a segment from his lyrics. "Lord, we got folks in the street, ain't got nothing to eat, and the obese milking welfare." He sings, "Well, God, if you're 5'3" inches and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds." According to the tabloid, a real attention grabber is a subtle reference to Jeffrey Epstein's Caribbean island. This is where the billionaire and convicted sex offender allegedly introduced underage girls to influential individuals. The tabloid clearly aimed to distort Anthony's words, hoping to subject him to cancel culture. On the other hand, Anthony confirms in a YouTube post that exploiting a child is one of the most reprehensible acts a person can commit. "Child," he says in the video, "I think I drew the line on being quiet when I started to see that becoming normalized, and I'll leave that at that. The worst things that a human being can do is take advantage of a child." He also stated, "I sit pretty dead center down the aisle on politics and always have," and that it seems like both sides serve the same master and that master is not someone of any good to the people of this country. While it's clear that Oliver has his reservations about top elites, especially those hoping to have him canceled, fans believe he is simply getting more famous. A fan wrote, "I have watched several hours of reaction videos on YouTube about rich men north of Richmond and have seen young, old, males, females. All races almost move to tears at how powerful Oliver Anthony's lyrics are, and the power and conviction he sings with gives me hope." Another fan added, "He probably doesn't see it like that, but this is the best news for Oliver Anthony. He is going to be famous." While a fan concluded, "They won't succeed. This song rises above left and right. It's anti-establishment. People know that the current administration and members of Congress, right and left, are filthy, dirty, corrupt. If ever a time this country needed something different to rise above, it's now." As Anthony navigates the complex world of fame, politics, and societal expectations, his story serves as a reminder of the transformative power of music and the importance of authentic representation in artistry. Through all the controversies, the core message of Rich Men North of Richmond remains a rallying cry for change, urging listeners to look beyond the surface and engage in meaningful discussions to better society. But what are your thoughts on this? Do you think music can have a real impact on the political landscape? Do you believe that art should reflect the conversations and values of its time, or be allowed to exist independently from society's current issues? How do you feel about Anthony's message in Rich Men North of Richmond and what it stands for? Let me know in the comments section below. And if you ever need to satisfy your gossip cravings or simply want to know what to anticipate from your favorite stars and movie series, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And remember, I love you guys so much, and as always, I'll see you all in the next video.